Hello and good day. Welcome to another session of Eduflix Penang with me, Miss Nur Wanira Muhammad Basri, an English teacher from Sekolah Menengah Sains, Kepala Batas. Today, we are going to delve into a topic entitled Gap Tag Strategy using CLUES, which is clues. I'm going to teach you an interesting strategy in answering Part 4 for SPM English 1119 Paper 1. So, are you guys ready? Let's move on. Before we move further, let's take a look at the format for Part 4. The task type is gap tags, whereby the number of questions are 6 questions. What about the task format? In gap tags, it consists of a text from which 6 sentences have been removed and placed in jumbled up order. There will be 2 distractors. 2 sentences will act as distractors and make it more difficult for the student to choose the correct answers in order to fill the gap. The goal is to reconstruct a coherent and grammatically correct passage. The main focus of Part 4. First, understand the main points of the text. Second, understand the specific details and information of the text. The third one, guess the meaning of unfamiliar words from clues provided by other words as well as the context. Last one, identify the typical features at word, sentence, and text. So, what is actually clues strategy? Clues is an acronym which stands for C, context, L, look around, U, underline clues, E, eliminate options, and S, select the best fit answer. So, how are we going to employ this strategy in our exam? Okay, what you need to do is the first one, clues. C, which stands for context, you need to read the whole text to understand the general theme. If you didn't read the text, then it will be impossible for you to get the main idea or the gist of the passage given. L, for look around, you need to examine the sentence before and after the gap. So you need to be like a detective in order to investigate which one is the right answer by using the clues that you can find from the text. You, after you have looked at the sentence before and after the gap, identify the clues by underlining the linking words, pronouns, tone, or a tone or key theme. Then, rule out answers that are clearly wrong. Eliminate the answer. And lastly, choose the option that fits best in meaning as well as grammar. Okay, just now, when we want to identify the clues, when you want to underline the clues, what are the criteria or what are the things that you need to look for? So as a detective, put on your detective hat, and these are the things that we need to search for in our text. Okay, we can look for key themes, Okay, look for the key themes, pronouns. Number 2, pronouns. Okay, number 3, linking words or cohesive devices. We also can look for time phrases. And last one, words and phrases in context. So I want to give you a few minutes. If you could list to me, what do you understand by all these 5 things that or criteria that we have to look in the text? So let's take a look. Okay, key themes. Key themes can be referred to the main idea, Okay, main idea which can be found in the passage as well as, okay, not only the main idea from the passage, but also the main idea in every paragraph. Okay, and then pronouns. What are the example of pronouns? Yes, okay, it could be them, her, okay, she. So these are the pronouns that you need to pay attention to. Okay, linking words or cohesive devices. Okay, give me some example. Yeah, it could be in addition, furthermore, otherwise, in conclusion. Okay? Furthermore. Or the fanboys. For, or, and, but. Time phrases. Time phrases, for example, yesterday, last year, last week, and lastly, words and phrases in context. Okay, words and phrases in context, it could be some synonym. Synonym of certain words or phrases that you can link to the passage with the answers. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Hello and good day. Welcome to another session of Eduflix Penang with me, Miss Nur Wanira Muhammad Basri, an English teacher from Sekolah Menengah Sains Kepala Batas. We are going to learn a topic which is get text strategy using clues. It is one of the questions in SPM English 1119 Paper 1 where the questions are being asked in part 4. So today, we are going to put into practice what we have learned before about using clues to answer gap text. So if you still remember, let us recall clues is an acronym that stands for C, context, L, look around, U, underline clues, E, eliminate answer, and S, select the best fit answer. So I'm going to let you do a practice so that you know how to employ or how to use this strategy while answering part 4. I'm using the real SPM paper, SPM 2022 English paper, part 4. Okay, let me read you the instruction. Question 27 to 32 are based on an article about working in a cafe. 6 sentences have been removed from the article. Choose from the sentences A to H, the one which fits each gap, 27 to 32. There are 2 extra sentences which you do not need to use. So there will be 2 wrong answers or 2 distractors. Remember our first step, context. In order to get the context, we need to read the text and go through the given options. Spend some time to read all the text from the beginning until the end. And as you go through the text or as you read the text, you can look around. Okay? Don't forget to read the options given to you, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. So while you are reading the option, you can also underline the key themes or the keywords that might be helpful for you to answer the gap text. Spend some time to read the text and go through the given option. That is step number 1. Okay, moving on to the answer and analysis. For question 27, as I have mentioned earlier, what are the things that we need to look for? Yeah, underline the clues. Yeah, underline the clues. You need to look at the sentences before and after the gap. Okay, this is question 27. Okay, look at the sentences before and after the gap. Okay, for this question, you can see that this particular paragraph highlight the idea of communication and interaction. It can be clearly seen from the word in pink here, communicating as well as interact. The word that appears before and after the gap. And we also have words like soft skills, communication, which is related to the idea of interaction. So when you look at the options, the answer given to you, you will see that option C, okay, option C is the best fit answer for question 27, since when we communicate, words, when we want to say something, okay, this particular phrase can be related to the word communicating and interact. So the key theme is related with the text as well as the word struggle and problems, which can be a synonym. Yeah? Struggle as well as problem. Moving on to question 28. Again, look at the sentences before and after the text. Okay, what can you see from this particular paragraph? Okay, in this question, the key, the clues to our answer is the words and phrases in context. Therefore, D is the answer. Their faces will light up and you will make their day when you greet them cheerfully. Pay attention to the word, welcome people and talk to them. So this is the idea. When you greet people, you kind of welcoming them and you will talk to them. So these are the words and phrases in context. Another word, if you notice, the power of a smile. What is the effects when people smile to you? of course, your face will light up and it will make your day. So that is the power of smile. Therefore, we will definitely sure the answer for question 28 is D. All right, moving on. Question 29. Look at the sentences before and after the gap. So this is about irritating guests. Irritating guests are unavoidable. Of course. So when you look at the answer option, try to figure out what are the keywords or the criteria of clues that I need to look for. Of course, we have this word instead, which is a linking word, serve as a linking word that reflect some option or alternative to something, right? So question 29, the answer is G. Simply because of the linking words, pronoun, and words in context that is related to the text. So look at the word in pink, irritating. So this word in context, irritating, is we can refer to the behavior of the guests. Okay, how people behave the way they do, which is the irritating behavior. And look at the word them, the one with in orange color. Them, you need to ask yourself, who is them? Them is referring to the guests. And when you link to the answer, instead, try to understand them and you might be able to see why people behave the way they do. So this pronoun is related to the answers given. Okay? So them here, of course, we are referring to the guests. Okay, next one, question 30. For question 30, the answer is B. It will make you realize that being a good customer is just as important as giving good service. Okay, my focus will be on the pronoun before the gap. So, and also we also have pronoun you after the gap. So this you, we are referring to, can you guess? You will also find you have a whole new appreciation to the readers. Yeah, to the readers. So the similarity of pronoun use will be a good indicator that B is the best answer. And what more, when you see the demonstrative pronoun this, which need to be referred to something that is being a good customer, is just as important as giving good service. So the demonstrative pronoun can be related to the phrase in context from the option B. Okay, next one. Question 31. Look at the sentence before and after the gap. The answer for question 31 is H, Holland. Okay, why is that so? So there are some clues available in the sentences before and after the gap. We know that we can see synonym of word like the idea of money. Money, purchase, and buying. So these are the key theme of this particular paragraph, which is about money. Yeah? How it can change your view on money. So basically, all the vocab used must be related to the idea or the key theme of money. That's where it will lead you to phrases in context, that is, the one that I have highlighted in pink, not purchase things without a clear reason. You should not spend and buying unnecessary things. So these are all the words that are related to the context of money. For question 31. Okay, lastly, question 32. Look at the sentences before and after the gap. And it is pretty obvious. We can see otherwise, which is the linking words that might give you the idea of alternative way, yeah. And you will also see synonym, okay, synonym, them here, okay, and you might wonder them is referring to whom, yeah, and synonym or words in context. So that's why the answer is A. You will be taught not to waste food and to be careful not to drop cakes or spoil any orders. So what we understand by this, the word them, okay, the word them, we need to, is referred to action. Okay, something that if you do that action, you need to pay for that action. So the action are waste food and drop cakes or spoil any orders. Whereas the word in blue, financial knowledge and also thought, they are a related synonym. In order for you to gain knowledge, you need to learn from a teacher that will teach you the knowledge. So these are the synonym and words in context that you can use. Yeah, you can use it as a clues to guide you make the best decision for the answers. So students, bear in mind, always look for the clues. C is for context. Let's read the whole text. L is for look around. Don't let your answers drown. U, underline clues. You got nothing to lose. E, eliminate wrong answers that you can't relate. And last, S, select the best. Now, put your brain to the test. I hope the tips that I have shared today will be helpful to you, to all of you, especially the SPM candidates, to answer the Get Tag question. And you will be confident with your answers. That's all. Thank you.